western shores of the Spans lies a continent known as the Body, home to vast stretches of plains, pockets of forest, and its most defining feature, a towering mountain range that spans from the north to the south the entire continent called the Spine. Several nations are seen in this world-splitting landmass: Celadrin, Gushepper, and Pleisood to the east of the Spine, while Kunatara and Zuidlak lies to the west. Gushepper, having suffered years-long famine in past years, kept food stocks should such an event happen again. And happen again it did, and much further spread than the Worcestershire fields as in the past. Celadrin, having never experienced such widespread crop failure, reached out to Gushepper for help. Unable to support the burden of two nations for what could potentially be years of suffering, tensions between both nations started to boil over. Celadrin invaded Nordville to simply take control of the food stocks there in what would be known as the First Battle of the Hardest War. After nearly 3 years of war, peace was brokered over a failed assassination attempt. This attempt caused Gushepper to cede the northern third of the nation, having it been involved in the hiding of the would-be assassin. This newly formed nation, Greivis, is where our story of Hugo, Horizon, and Drac unfolds.
Hi, I'm Joe Dirt, and I will be playing Hugo McGillicuddy. He is a human fighter with the guard background with the paladin dedication. Standing in at 6'3" with slicked back black hair, he has an athletic build and tan skin with no true defining features. 5 o'clock shadow in two different eye colors. One is silver and the other is cyan blue. Hugo was born into a long lineage of guardsmen of the Cyan Light. Growing up in Menagerie in a strict household, Hugo did not have many friends besides Horizon growing up. Hugo is the middle child in his family and is not special or as skilled as his older brother Levi. He is next in line for a guard captain of Merenbeed. His younger sister, Nyatra, was born with magic, and she was sent off to a mage academy in the city of Merenbeed called Sekira. He quickly became friends with Drac over time, sharing similar interests in keeping people safe.
Hello, my name is Chicken Atomic. I play the Charhide Goblin inventor Drac. He has ashen blue skin and an orange beard. He got his start in Train Volca before moving to Merenbeed and opening up shop there. He then went to the local college to hone his craft and to gain funding for his construct. During this time, he became the personal smith to Hugo and Horizon. After graduating, he earned the ire of some local nobles, which led to him joining Hugo and Horizon on the trip to Nordville.
My name is Allegory, and I play Horizon, a human oracle with the cosmos mystery. She has a warrior background with her witch dedication. She's 5'9", has red hair, green starry eyes, and sometimes she floats, but that's because gravity works a little bit weird on her, and her hair seems to float and move on their own, even on a still day with no wind. She was orphaned and has no idea who her parents were, grew up helping take care of the other kids at the orphanage, and made friends with Hugo while waiting to be adopted. Considering her eyes are sparkly and her hair is floaty, it's a pretty safe bet to say the adoption never happened. She was actually pretty fine with that. Horizon's a happy-go-lucky girl, and a little chaotic, which does cause some trouble with Hugo in his position in the guard. She can almost always talk her way out of any situation, though. When Drac opened his shop in Merenbeed, she quickly became good friends with him.
It is the year 1523, and it has been 2 years since Gurasi has been founded. As this nation begins to find its footing in the world, a call to rebuild has been put out from the capital, Merenbeed. Most notable of the various towns and cities in this proclamation is Nordville. This once idyllic town stood as the pawn throughout the Harvest War. Now it is seen as a way to show that Guraisi will rise up as a country of its own merits and strengths. Our troop of heroes took up this call to action, each of their own reasons, but the road ahead will not be easy. Even though this is a small town, it is rife with issues. Local leaders argue over how to spend the meager coffers. Smugglers and raiders see this weakened border town as a foothold in their criminal activities. The creatures of the land have been restless. With these and more challenges ahead of them, let's see how this story rolls out for our Misfits. On the western shores of the Spance lies a continent known as...
We're live. We're here. We're here. We're doing the thing. Oh my gosh.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Rin ran away. She's just like, oh no, we're live. I'm gone.
I got stage fright.
Stage
Just
fright.
kidding, I'm back.
Oh no.
Yo.
I mean, oh yay.
I just have fright.
Yeah, same
I'm
here.
just afraid.
I have a
No,
constant deluge of fear, so I feel that.
Alright. Where am I? What am I doing?
What are we all doing?
Where'd my
I'm sort
light
of
go wrong?
alive.
Hello, friends. Hello, everyone.
What?
It is I, Joe Dirt, and these are our Misfits. Let's go. So, today is going to be the last day that I am home. So, just know next week is going to be is going to be a weird week. So, bear with us through the I guess growing pains of what I'm doing, because I am starting a new job which involves me not being here on my computer. So, but we will be still having regular streams. We will have a shadow director running my computer while I am away. So we will have streams every Sunday, and as far as videos go, I might try to upload some videos on the YouTubes involving my new job. So I will be probably doing a video showing my new truck and my new job. So look out for those.
New truck, yay.
Yay. And then going from there, I may try to stream, but that all depends on internet connection. I don't know. My current router is not meant for moving vehicles, but so I won't be. We won't be able to. We're probably not going to be able to have any driving stuff, but that's fine. So just bear with us. Well, mainly me. Bear with me on this new adventure of new work, and I think we should be okay. But if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Joe Dirt, and I like playing TTRPGs, and I play the murderer Hugo. He is, the friend slayer. You can find me at Joe Dirt with a G in all the places. Fun fact about Hugo is this is probably the most death he's ever seen in his life. And in the last 2 to 3 weeks, he's probably seen more people die than he's ever seen
I'll
in
probably
his life.
say in the last 24 hours.
Yeah. I'm just saying in total, in all, he hasn't seen this many people die. So we'll see how Hugo
Cool.
handles all that. But yeah, Rin, you do the thing.
Hi, I am Rin, or Allegory, whatever. And I play Horizon. Gonna piggyback off of Joe's fun fact. Horizon probably also hasn't seen a lot of death. but she is surprisingly unfazed by it for the most part. She's like, yeah, that happens. People die. Moving on. For the most part.
Oh, I got a little bug on my screen.
Do we want to save
anymore.
Chicken, like, his character? His new
Yeah, I'm
character?
not going to introduce, introduce me yet.
Okay.
What's Drax's fun fact?
Yeah. So Chicken, do all of your
Fun
stuff,
fact.
but don't actually describe or introduce your character or
Oh,
class.
no, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to.
Yeah.
I have a very specific introduction in mind.
I'm excited.
But I am Chicken_Atomic, and I previously played Drac, the goblin inventor alchemist, with his little buddy. And his fun fact is he's dead.
This is the most death he's experienced.
This isn't anyone's fault, Joe.
That's what you're saying now.
That little buddy is just sitting there, standing next to the stairs, staring at Drac's dead body.
It's my fault.
A little oily tear comes out of his optic.
Lamus.
Thalamus 861 at places and things. My fun fact is I have been to a cadaver lab. And I will leave it at that.
Isn't that just a
I've been
mortuary?
to a morgue.
No, not a morgue, a cadaver lab.
That's cool.
I've been to the Yale morgue in New Haven. I got to hold a brain.
The closest thing is I dated a lady that worked in a morgue. I never went.
Mortician?
Yeah. It was back in my
Your edgelord days?
yeah, I was like, man, that was a big part of my personality.
This is the most hardcore thing I could do.
Not go, but date someone that worked in a morgue.
Goth cred
That's
plus
just
one.
it.
Yeah, well, I don't know about plus ones being grateful. Probably plus, 0.25 if I'm lucky.
No, it just gives you advantage on checks against fellow goths.
Yeah.
Another fun fact I'll share is when I was in between cars looking to get another car, I actually went and looked into getting a hearse.
I would totally get a hearse. 100%.
The thing is, I could see you driving a hearse. Although, I mean, the gas mileage wouldn't be that great, though.
Where do I go?
Because they're like 15-year-old cars.
Yeah.
Where do I go?
And where do you go?
I go to the grocery store. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at all the room I have for groceries.
Why does he got all this meat in the back?
Why is your meat inside a coffin?
It keeps it cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually a freezer box inside a
Shaped like a coffin.
coffin.
That's so perfect.
Oh my gosh.
Great for door dashing.
Oh my god, that would be.
Oh my god.
Get one of those, have like half of it be a freezer, half of it be a fridge, so you can keep all of their, mildly cold things cold. It's just like you rock up to the door. Why is my milk still cold? Don't ask.
Would you like to see?
Would you like to investigate? No, you are too excited. You are too excited.
Also looking into chat, seeing Lovely Coconut's comment. Third fun fact for you guys: that Korn album was the very first album I ever got.
Hey.
The first album I ever got was a Linkin Park album.
Oh, I'm
It
sorry.
was a Pink album.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I really had to
the
think about that for a second.
It's the first album I bought with my own money. Was a Pink album. Also, Pink is really talented, Lamus. You shut up.
I didn't say she wasn't talented.
I didn't even hear her make it.
Anyway, last time.
Yeah, and also everybody remember, go follow our lovely cast on all the socials. A huge thanks to all of our sponsors. All the links are in the chat as well as in the description of every one of our videos. So if you'd like to support us on the outswing, please do. And be sure to follow us on YouTube as well as Spotify. We are on Spotify. You can watch us on Spotify. YouTube, we upload every Wednesday at 12 p.m. CST. And on Fridays, we upload at 8 a.m. CST. So if you guys want to catch up, we're on all the platforms. That's it. Lamus, take us away.
Yeah, so last time you were following the dwarvish figure who you had spotted in a warehouse. You didn't know what he was doing, but it turns out he was planting explosives, causing the warehouse to blow up. So you tracked him down to his little cavern hideout. You dispatched some of his crew, proceeded deeper into the hideout where you encountered said mans before, and one Drac was unfortunately slain, and you were allowed to escape with the remaining party. And that is currently where we are. You are on the riverbank, probably like a mile and a half away from this location, and it is the middle of the night. You are beaten and tired. So I will say, where are you fine folks going next?
We need to go back to town.
Yeah.
We need help.
And health. I hurt. And so does Henry.
And so does Drac.
Do we have any way?
Shut up.
Is there any way we can? Is Henry awake?
I will say Henry is.
Well, is he
He's basically unconscious. He was. I think he went unconscious.
He did, and he was right next to me.
Yes.
Do we have any way to wake him up?
Currently unconscious.
I'm carrying the stupid rat.
Do we have any
We
way?
have horses. We rode here. We could just. He's small. He could stay with my horse.
You have horses. You have. I'm sure you also have a potion of if you wanted to use that, but none of you are currently trained in medicine, so you can't revive him.
Wake up.
Dies. Slaps him so hard he loses any chance of ever waking up.
We have to go. The only option we have is to go back to town, and we have to hope that the church can heal Henry.
Well, he's unconscious. I have a potion, I think. Me.
You do have a potion at the moment, yes.
I do. I would like to use it on Henry.
Okay.
Without killing him, because I feel like trying to drink something unconscious is dangerous.
Okay, so give me that healing potion usage.
Where is the button? There it is.
Roll to avoid aspirating.
Wait,
Roll to
where's the
avoid
button?
drowning.
Oh, there it is. I cannot read today. That is a big button. Why am I stupid?
That is
Sorry.
That is a lot of hit points. If I almost hit damage. Whoop.
He did aspirate.
There we go. So you pour this potion down Henry's throat, and he kind of wakes up. Where are we?
We're leaving. We're running.
We lost.
We're getting out of here.
We lost Thrak. We were only able to take one out, and it was you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did this to you.
Damn. What's so funny?
That was so so full of emotion, such emotion. Very wow.
Very wow.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay. So you ride back into town. It is going to be early morning.
I need to sleep.
Yeah. First order of business, I'm assuming, is sleep for you guys.
Hugo will not sleep yet.
Okay. So before you all go running off, when you get into town, Henry is going to first aid all of you. So that way you ain't so dead, peoples.
I'm actually doing okay.
Well, just remember, when you sleep, you don't recover all your hit points.
It's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So he's gonna heal you all up. Whoops, that's the wrong thing, because I'm an idiot.
He doesn't heal us, he kills us.
Treat wounds. And boop. He is, what is his skill level? He might try to heal you for more. No, he's only trained. All right. So for himself, then Horizon. Uh, 7 hit points for you. And then for Hugo, it's another success. So Hugo, you get 8 hit points back if you have not taken it. All right. So Hugo and Horizon to Horizon and Henry to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hugo, where are you going?
He is going to the first thing he's gonna go to is he's actually gonna go to the Justicar. How early? Oh, I think he froze. Yeah.
I'm back.
Okay. He's gonna go to the Justicar first, and seeing how early it is.
It is 9, almost 9 in the morning.
Okay. He'll try to meet him at the town hall.
Okay. So you go to the town hall first.
Mm-hmm.
He is there.
Hugo doesn't really. He doesn't. He just walks in and he doesn't really knock. He just slowly opens the door, and bear in mind he's still covered in his blood, other people's blood, probably Drax's blood. Like he hasn't cleaned himself off.
Several wounds.
Several, yep.
And several wounds.
Excuse me. Hugo?
Hello,
You
sir.
look a little rough,
Not
to say the
worse.
least.
Not worse than others.
How was your midnight foray?
We failed. And we lost one of my closest friends, Drak. We are.
I am sorry to hear that.
It is my fault. I ran in anger. It should have been me, not him.
Things happen, unfortunately. How bad was it? Would you estimate?
Even if we walked in the morning, we wouldn't have walked out unscathed. I feel that one of us would have died, no matter what. This isn't a fight that we can take alone. Even with the four of us there, we are woefully unprepared.
I shall take some of the burden for this. I should not have been so bold as to send you off in the middle of the night, as it was. It was rather heated of me to make such a suggestion.
I had the option to say no, and I ignored. I didn't even give my friends a chance to voice their concern. It does not fall on anyone's hands but my own. If I would have stopped and listened to them, Drak would be alive.
Unfortunately, hindsight is 20/20.
Yes. And he sets the brain cut and blood covered his hammer just on his desk.
As you go to set it on his desk, he moves some paper to the side.
Just a nice squelch. So everything just.
Thank you for my hammer. Hopefully it has served you well enough, at least.
It did. However, Judging my actions for the last few weeks, Hugo takes the badge off and he sets the badge on the counter as well, and I don't deserve to wear this. I will do my best to help the town, but I do not deserve that. I have killed 7 guards and one of my best friends. I have made terrible choices. I do not to deserve to be a point of authority in this town. I am walking people into their deaths.
Give me a diplomacy check.
My little buttons disappeared, so let me diplomacy. That's a 27. That's a critical success. The dice are telling a story, man. Apparently, they agree with me.
Okay. Okay. All right. The Justicar is going to look at you up and down. I am rather disappointed. You were only acting in what was seen as the best interest of this town. When you are ready, this badge will be waiting for you.
One day I hope to.
You, Mr. Hugo, did not kill those men. Remember that. You look tired as shit. Go and get some rest.
Yes, sir. And Hugo will quietly and just like with a glaze like over his eyes, he'll just like he's not home. You know, the body's there, but the mind isn't. And he's gonna just stumble in back to the inn and into his room.
Okay. Well, before you do that, Horizon and Henry entering the tavern. Where did I put you? Because I am sorry, person. Okay. No, I did not lose you. I was trying to remember a name. Miss Bronzehelm sees you entering the tavern. And notices your rough shape, to say the least. Long night, dear.
Very much so. You have and Horizon takes kind of a long pause. You have an open room again.
Care to elaborate?
We lost track.
My condolences.
Actually, before I go to bed, can I have a drink?
It's on the house.
Horizon's gonna take like 10 minutes and sit at the bar and just drink whatever it is she gave to her. Doesn't matter what it is.
As you are sitting there drinking, she leaves you to your silence. However, Mr. Silversun pulls up a stool next to you.
I probably smell awful. Good morning.
Good morning. Oh. It feels a little selfish to say thank you. Work has begun on my tower.
Good. Good. I was hoping that would start soon.
Have you seen, I assume you've seen, Hugo?
We both got back to town this morning. He went to go see the Justicar. He'll probably be back here soon.
I shall wait for him. Many apologies to you, Miss.
It's it is what it is.
True. Is there is any other service I can be of to you? Please reach out to me.
Okay. Thank you.
And he will leave you be and post himself up in his normal table in the corner. Hugo makes it back into the tavern, straight upstairs, I assume.
Yeah, Hugo is 1,000 yards there. He's just running, just not actually running, but he's not there.
Brisk paced walking. All right.
Not like physically, like not. It's more like watching a zombie control a living person.
Okay.
He's just not home.
Okay.
And as he walks upstairs to the room, like if anyone's talking to him, he's not hearing anything. It's quite visible. As he walks upstairs, he's going to He's going before he makes it to his room. He's gonna stop in front of Drax's room, and he's just gonna turn at the door and just place his forehead on the door. And he's just gonna say, "I'm so sorry." And then continue to his room.
Okay. So the three of you, Hugo, Horizon, and Henry, will all be able to take a rest. Hit that sleep button. Okay. And then we're going to go back to the Justicar as a certain individual enters the town hall. Shigen, would you care to describe yourself? Think you're muted?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to because I've kind of got the idea down, but essentially you just see
Okay.
what looks to be a masked gentleman enter into the town hall. Nice, I'd say a nice suit of some kind, not really wearing any armor. Um, strides into the room.
Okay. All right. Then, so we'll go to. Yeah, so let's see if he recognizes you. All right. Okay. So the Justicar, down in the paperwork, looks up, seeing you enter. Um, I was not expecting an emissary from Marenbead so soon.
Yes, I was sent here especially to research the books and various information here to investigate Miss Dimito and the recent reports of her corruption.
Understood. Yes, you are allowed to look at your leisure. Come this way. He escorts you into a back room, leads you down a set of stairs. As you walk by, this is the jail cells in the basement. He leads you past Goodwin, who is looking so dirty, so disheveled. And he is going to see if he notices who you are.
And I will say, Dan, but Zav just kind of like you can't really see much of Zav.
Give me a society check as well. Okay. Okay, all right. He notices you, sees you, and he knows who you are. And you see him kind of shrink and move into his corner of his cell. Oh, look at that. I didn't rename you. Yeah, so, yeah, I know who you are.
He just kind of like holds his eyes watching him for an uncomfortable amount of time. Like he just sits there watching him, unblinking, and then his head very turns, and as he continues following Justicar.
Okay. So he brings you to like a little safe room, unlocks the vault, allows you in, and grabs a box and lays out the books that were recovered from Goodwin's home. Give me a...
That's his old name. I haven't changed it. It's just Zab, Z-A-B.
Okay, give me a... give me a thievery check first.
Oh, this is not going to end well. That's one thing. Very good. Oh, 17.
Okay. And then we'll also add your wisdom to that as well for a total of 18. So you kind of do this kind of very mechanical read through of these books here. You are able to notice the errors in the bookkeeping right away, and also it going to a holding company stationed in Merenbeed. And it is very much something that you are aware of and had been tasked to look into and find out information about. There's not a whole lot more to go on from here, but you definitely are aware of where that money went from and to, and you do know of its connection to Miss Demito. Is there any way that I can be of assistance to you, Mr. Zav?
Sorry, my dad's mowing the lawn, and he was like right next to the window. Not at the moment, currently. This is as much as we've surmised. Yes, I believe this will be all.
Understood. So, befitting you, I guess I will allow you ownership of Mr. Goodwin's home for the time being. He slides you the key to Goodwin's house. It is probably best for you to be close to the one you are investigating, I assume.
Thank you very much.
And he kind of gives you directions to the house. There is some untowardness in his home, I am told. If you are a little displeased with some of the decorations, feel free to destroy them.
I will take care of it if need be.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Not at the moment. Does the town hall have a library of some kind? Or
We do have our records. You are free to peruse that if you want.
I will do so and then go on to my newly appointed domicile. Thank you.
Okay. Kind of lead you to the records. Kind of ushers you along. Back up out the main chamber and into like a side wing. Tons and tons of books, ledgers. Is there anything in particular you are looking for? Or should I just leave you to your work?
He just kind of like from side to side. He goes, I will take some time here. So I will peruse at my leisure. So thank you.
Very well. Good day to you. And Justicar will leave and go back to his work. Is there anything in specific that you would like to look for? If you do not want to say it out loud, you may send a message in private.
He's just, I don't know, like just skimming anything. He's not really looking for anything in particular. He's just,
Okay.
making sure everything is, as it seems there.
Okay. Give me a society check, or if you wish, you can use your lore for a little bit of a bonus.
I'll use society for. Oh shit. I will admit, like, Zav was looking more for like more of a public library, you know,
Okay.
something to read more for entertainment. So he's just skimming. He's going, well, this is kind of boring.
Understood. So you're looking through this. It's not to your taste at the moment. It feels a little too
Dry, clinical.
yeah, dry, clerical,
dry.
clinical. Yeah. You spend a little time there. Head to Goodwin's home, where he does have some more pleasurable reading. Not in more ways than one.
Couldn't keep that to yourself, huh? We were all thinking it. You just had to say it.
Not
I didn't even
in more
think
ways
anything
than
of it
one.
until you said that. 50 Shades of Demeter.
Oh, God.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll proceed through the day. It's a little bit late in the afternoon. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do as a whole?
I think the staff's just going to get acclimated to the house, you know.
Okay.
Bro just walks into town and gets a house. What the heck?
I was like, wait, what? But you
do carry some rank and weight, you know. So
yeah, that's true. But you all may see a religious statue go flying out the window at some point.
Nice. Just yeet that shit. Horizon's just gonna be hanging out at the tavern.
okay.
Just taking a me day, and you guys have never seen. Well, I guess Hugo would be the only one who would be aware of this now. But Horizon doesn't drink, but she do be drinking today.
Okay.
Just taking a day.
No one has seen Hugo at all.
Just staying in your
Yeah,
solitary shell.
Yeah, he hasn't left the room, and he pulls out the box that has the tobacco, and he just moves it to this like it's almost like a hidden compartment, but he lifts the tobacco with the pipe out of the way, and like if you think of like a camera panning in and zooming, you just see a powdered substance and a thin metal bar. And Hugo just staring at it. That's all.
That's all. Okay.
You ain't doing too well.
Okay. It is a little bit later, and Hugo, you hear a knock on your door.
He doesn't answer. He hasn't said anything. He's just sitting in silence on the floor.
There is another knock on the door. Hugo? Open this door. I have something for you. And it is the voice of Silver Sun.
It's the blade sticking to the front door. Do the Sheldon from
Yeah, 1 second.
He's looking at a spell to just open the door.
I am, and it is not prepared
Hugo.
today, so...
Hugo.
Yeah.
Hugo. 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 Hugo.
It just starts banging the hilt against the door. All work and no play makes me a dull boy.
All right. Do you want to be difficult? You can be difficult. Here's something set up against the side of the door and footsteps walking away.
Hugo didn't even hear it.
Okay. Back downstairs into the tavern. Silver Sun sits beside you, Horizon.
I take it that went well.
How drunk is Horizon? She's
Give me a
like
fortitude saving throw. Give me a fortitude saving throw.
Because she doesn't drink.
And then we'll knock it down. So if you, we'll knock it down a step.
I imagine
She's
the
pretty
Panther
good at
Horizon
fortitude stuff.
Yeah.
was just like this, like head down,
Okay.
hand around a bottle.
Okay. Okay. So I will call that a fail.
Okay. Just because
Not a
she's
crit
never...
fail, just a fail. Yeah. Perhaps you can sway him.
I might be able to.
That's not drunk. We need Ren. We need you to be more drunk. Act drunk. Yeah.
Not that messed up.
Not that messed up.
I might be
Well,
able to. but-
perhaps we should just give him time. Cannot stay in that room forever, I assume.
He can't, and I wouldn't let him. But at the same time, he's never really... I don't know. Death might be a little new to him. Like, it's kind of new to me, but I don't know. Being an orphan and all, it happens. You see it. He had like stuff. I don't know. He had a family and stuff. She's not coherent. She's coherent, but like full thoughts aren't forming.
Okay.
But I'll talk to him. Get him out of there if I can.
Best of luck.
Yeah, I need it. Thank you. And she will push away from the bar, stand up, do a little wobbly stretch. And carefully make her way up the stairs.
Yep.
But before she gets to Hugo's room, she is going to go into Drax's room, and I have a question for this would be more for Chicken than for you. Is there anything in Drax effects that would be like, I don't know, like a buckle or a pin or something indicative of Drax himself that I could just yoink? You're muted.
But he probably has like his like crafter's brand like that he puts on all his items, which is just like you could turn it into a buckle because I think my idea of it is that it's just like he has like a handle that it's like screwed into.
Yeah, I'm just gonna yoink that. I'm just gonna pocket that. That's mine now. And then I'm gonna go.
Before you actually yoink that, you'd been down for a little bit, took your rest, went back to the bar. So when you come up here and go to Drax's door, there are flowers laid there and a candle.
I actually teared up a little bit. Who did that? Can I tell? Was it the barkeep?
Give me a society check.
Because she's a sweetie. That sounds like something she would do. Where are my skills? There they are. Society, you say? Oh. I don't know. I got a 9.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a little anonymous, to say the least. It's just items. Could have been anyone. Could have been someone sitting in here that in the tavern upstairs who had seen Drac come in and out. It's hard to tell. But you make your way in, kind of look through his stuff very briefly. I find his seal stamp. Pocket it.
And then I'm going to go to Hugo's room. I'm very carefully going to avoid messing up the flowers and candles and stuff.
Okay. Easily done.
I'm going to go over to Hugo's room. I assume it's his sword that is leaned up against the door.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to knock with it. Hugo, I know you're in there. Let me in. If you don't let me in, I'm just going to figure out how to open this door myself. I will break this door and pay for it. You are a child. I know you feel guilty, but you can't stay in this room forever. Death is hard. It's hard for everybody. This sucks, but let me in. Being alone is not good right now. Can I try and persuade him?
Give me.
Can I intimidate his ass out of there?
You want to intimidate him?
I told him I'd break the door and pay for it. Don't make me come in there and beat you, boy.
If you want to intimidate him, you may give me a intimidation check. You can. I'll let you do an intimidation check.
Hugo again.
I will give Hugo a bonus to this. So.
Wait, what was your question, Chicken?
What are y'all's heights again?
I'm 5'9". He's like what, 6'2"?
Yeah, 6'2".
Yeah. So he's taller, but she's still pretty tall.
Not by much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just imagine you just
Square up. Okay, let me roll.
Okay.
Aw. Okay.
What do you got? What do you got?
An 18.
walk in, point out the window. He looks that way. Slap him in the face.
What's that?
So I was going to give him a +2, which would have made the DC 19. So he is steadfast in keeping that door shut.
Yeah, but I also have haughty obstinance, so any like mind kind of effects, are less, and plus I have bravery, so I can't, even if she was, so this is technically seen as a critical failure because it gets knocked down by 1.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just reading the stats as is.
Yep. You kind of see out of the corner of your eye, Horizon, a very familiar rat folk poke his head out of a door right next door.
You heard me threatening my friend, didn't you? Hi, Henry.
Hi.
How are you?
He steps out, walks it forward. Well, I'm thinking about other things now, so that's good and bad.
I don't feel so good.
Stop. No. Those scrolls are on their way.
Hugo, open the door. We're coming in.
I swear to God.
Henry picks the lock.
Hell yeah.
Opens the door.
And what you both see, and the reason why he was not opening the door, you see Hugo unconscious on the floor. And you see next to him, you've never seen him smoke before, but you see like a small slit of like tobacco in a pipe. You've never seen him smoke. And then you see in his hand a metal, like small thin metal pipe, and then a substance in a box, which you've never seen. You've never seen him, as far as you know, he has been super straight laced, but you just see him unconscious on the ground.
What the fuck did you do?
He's not dead, he's breathing. He's just unconscious.
What the fuck did you do, Hugo?
gonna put the sword down in the room, and he's I can see he's breathing and everything, right?
Give me a medicine check.
Oh boy.
I know. Henry can do this as well. He's actually pretty good at this.
I'm not. Boop. Hey, that's not terrible. 14.
Terrible.
Untrained, no wisdom modifier. Flat 14. Oh, Henry.
The magic Horizon gets a critical fail. It's like, Hugo!
He's dead!
I'm all alone in the world now.
So,
all of my friends are dead.
I'm an orphan again.
Again.
I had a family this whole time. Now I have no family.
Do. Yeah. Okay. And I'll do it for Henry too. He's not trained in rush. Okay. Okay. So Henry looks down. He's going to pocket all the stuff that you have, Hugo.
Hugo can't do nothing about that.
Can't do nothing about that.
Henry's the true homie. Yeah, Horizon's just gonna put the sword down and she's fighting the urge to like actually punch Hugo in the face. She's just gonna walk away.
But you do notice something though. You look as he is in just a plain shirt and pants and stuff, but you see that you know, he's never been separated from, you know, his tabard or anything, but you see it all just thrown.
He's in street clothes. Okay.
Oh, you look like a civilian, boy.
Yeah. You see that his shield is like what you know it was already broken, but you just see like just the parts just scattered off in a corner of the room amongst just all of his other stuff that he would you know him as that he wouldn't throw or dishonor any of those things, but they're just you've known him, you've been in spaces with him. He's a very particular person, but here it's just thrown in a corner like without a care.
Henry, if you want to search through his stuff to make sure there's no more of whatever that is, feel free. Take his money too, I don't care. Just gonna stumble out of the room. Henry seems uncomfortable.
So he's going to close the door after you leave, Horizon. I'm gonna look at you, Hugo.
He's gonna change into a werewolf and maul you to death.
You're prone and unconscious. He's got advantage on everything. Ow.
You're weak.
Talk to my platypus.
Yeah.
Poor Hugo.
It's like, where's Hugo, Henry? He didn't make it.
We'll do that.
He overdosed.
What's their blood dripping from the room below? No idea.
Okay. Whoops. Let me. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. I'm excited to see what this is.
Hugo, you're dead.
Hugo, you take 1 damage
Okay.
as Henry kind of like punches you in the face.
I love Henry.
He's not happy about this. And then he's going to sit you up.
Oh no.
Sit you up
And then Henry,
and then
he's gonna set Hugo up on the bed against the wall, and then Hugo is going to take a seat against the door and just stay there for the night.
What a good rat. He's gonna take a seat against the door and stay there with you. He's gonna make sure you're okay. I'm glad he punched you though, because Horizon really wanted to.
I think Horizon would just sat there and was just like,
yeah, no, like legitimately, probably definitely what she did. Just I'm gonna go talk to my platypus.
I don't know why, but I just imagined Henry did like the boxer wind up. He was just like, wow.
1
You
damage.
know what? I think he did too. We lost him. He's back.
Henry punched so hard he got disconnected.
So you all can.
Oh my god, robot.
Can take another rest, everyone. No, not Hugo. Hugo can't take a rest.
No, okay. Yeah.
He's made his choice.
Look, I'm playing my character.
Now lay in it.
Yeah, I'm playing my character, man.
I would like to talk to my platypus before I go to bed.
Okay. We'll do that. And yeah, I know. Thank God, it's so much money for internet and drop connections all the time. So awesome.
You sound good now.
Yeah, I am back. Okay. Okay. So I'm assuming you're gonna go to your room.
Yes.
Yes.
She's had enough to drink. She's good.
Okay. So you post up in your room. Stella floats off your shoulder and lands on the bed next to you.
Everything sucks, Stella. But I'm gonna little head scritchies. But you're pretty great. Tell me more about that gloom.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Okay. $10.
In Celestial, not in your head, you hear Stella say, "We lost the wrong one."
Losing any of them would be the wrong one. But I think you mean Henry, right?
Back into your head, that light will taste so much sweeter in the end.
What do you mean?
What the fuck?
So you see Stella's color shift from blue to a very matte black, almost like she has no shape. Like it becomes a flat, two-dimensional object.
A void.
Like Vanta Black.
Like Vanta Black.
That's even creepier.
Well, that's a neat trick.
We must eat the light.
I still don't know what that means.
It shifts back to that usual blue. You know what must be done. But not now. In time. The taste will be so much sweeter.
I wish you would be a little bit more straightforward with me. Just a little bit.
You still scritching?
Yeah.
And that blackness that took over Stella kind of creeps up your hand.
Is it still there?
Give me a occultism check.
Ooh.
Actually, I'll do this
Okay.
for you.
Ooh.
Because you're pretty good at these.
Damn.
All right. Oops. That was supposed to be private, but anyways. It is unsettling, obviously. to say the least. You feel, however, that there is a strengthened connection between you and Stella. Almost as if Stella is a link in a chain. And I guess we'll take a break from there.
Okay.
And back.
We lost him again. I need to know for aesthetic purposes. Is that like a permanent void hand now?
Is it like what is it, Inuyasha with like the you remember the monk dude that had the void in his palm?
Am I just gonna have to like
cover
wear a wrap so
Yeah.
nobody knows?
Or is it?
Five.
Oh gosh. Mute. Hold on.
Landis, I need to know for aesthetic purposes. Is that a permanent void hand now? Like, does it look like that
Yeah,
all the time?
Moroku. Yeah, you're totally.
It's not like that all the time.
Not even for aesthetics.
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, okay.
See, you say it's unsettling, but I have a feeling Horizon's taking it differently.
Yeah.
Do you want it to be?
Probably.
Do you want it to be permanently?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, then it's permanent.
Woohoo!
You're talking to the lady that wants a cursed skull.
Yes, I do. Give it back to me.
Now she's got a cursed platypus.
Yeah.
All right, guys, take 5. We'll take a
All
little
right,
break.
everybody, we're gonna take a 5-minute break, y'all. Get yourself some snacks, some drinks.
Get more coffee.
Yeah, and get more coffee while we have to
I slept
deal.
for 2 hours.
Oh no.
Oh,
I've
man.
been so sick, guys.
And we will be right back. All right.
On the western shores of the Spance lies a continent known as the Body, home to vast stretches of plains, pockets of forest, and its most defining feature, a towering mountain range that spans from the north to the south the entire continent called the Spine. Several nations are seated in this world-splitting landmass: Keladrin, Gushepper, and Plaisud to the east of the Spine, while Kunatara and Zuidlak lies to the west. Gushepper, having suffered years-long famine in past years, kept food stocks should such an event happen again. And happen again it did, and much further spread than the Worcestershire fields as in the past. Keladrin, having never experienced such widespread crop failure, reached out to Gushepper for help. Unable to support the burden of 2 nations for what could potentially be years of suffering, tensions between both nations started to boil over. Keladrin invaded Nordville to simply take control of the food stocks there in what would be known as the First Battle of the Hardest War. After nearly 3 years of war, peace was brokered over a failed assassination attempt. This attempt caused Gushepper to cede the northern third of the nation, having it been involved in the hiding of the would-be assassin. This newly formed nation, Greivis, is where our story of Hugo, Horizon, and Drac unfolds.
Hi, I'm Joe Dirt, and I will be playing Hugo McGillicuddy. He is a human fighter with the guard background with the paladin dedication. Standing in at 6'3" with slicked back black hair, he has an athletic build and tan skin with no true defining features. A 5 o'clock shadow in two different eye colors. One is silver and the other is cyan blue. Hugo was born into a long lineage of guardsmen of the Cyan Light. Growing up in Menagerie in a strict household, Hugo did not have many friends besides Horizon growing up. Hugo is the middle child in his family and is not special or as skilled as his older brother Levi. He is next in line for a guard captain of Menagerie. His younger sister, Nyatra, was born with magic, and she was sent off to a mage academy in the city of Menagerie called Sekira. He quickly became friends with Drac over time, sharing similar interests in keeping people safe.
Hello, my name is Chicken Atomic. I play the Charhide Goblin inventor Drac. He has ashen blue skin and an orange beard. He got his start in Train Volca before moving to Merenbeed and opening up shop there. He then went to the local college to hone his craft and to gain funding for his construct. During this time, he became the personal smith to Hugo and Horizon. After graduating, he earned the ire of some local nobles, which led to him joining Hugo and Horizon on the trip to Nordville.
My name is Allegory, and I play Horizon, a human oracle with the cosmos mystery. She has a warrior background with her witch dedication. She's 5'9", has red hair, green starry eyes, and sometimes she floats, but that's because gravity works a little bit weird on her, and her hair seems to float and move on their own, even on a still day with no wind. She was orphaned and has no idea who her parents were, grew up helping take care of the other kids at the orphanage, and made friends with Hugo while waiting to be adopted. Considering her eyes are sparkly and her hair is floaty, it's a pretty safe bet to say the adoption never happened. She was actually pretty fine with that. Horizon's a happy-go-lucky girl, and a little chaotic, which does cause some trouble with Hugo in his position in the guard. She can almost always talk her way out of any situation, though. When Drac opened his shop in Merenbeed, she quickly became good friends with him.
It is the year 1523, and it has been 2 years since Gurasi has been founded. As this nation begins to find its footing in the world, a call to rebuild has been put out from the capital, Merenbeed. Most notable of the various towns and cities in this proclamation is Nordville. This once idyllic town stood as the pawn throughout the Harvest War. Now it is seen as a way to show that Gurasi will rise up as a country of its own merits and strengths. Our troop of heroes took up this call to action, each of their own reasons, but the road ahead will not be easy. Even though this is a small town, it is rife with issues. Local leaders argue over how to spend the meager coffers. Smugglers and raiders see this weakened border town as a foothold in their criminal activities. The creatures of the land have been restless. With these and more challenges ahead of them, let's see how this story rolls out for our Misfits. On the western shores of the Spance lies a continent known as the Body, home to vast stretches of plains, pockets of forest, and its most defining feature, a towering mountain range that spans from the north to the south the entire continent called the Spine. Several nations are seen in this world-splitting landmass: Keladrin, Gushepper, and Plisud to the east of the Spine, while Kunatara and Zuidlak lies to the west. Gushepper, having suffered years-long famine in past years, kept food stocks should such an event happen again.
We'll find
We
out.
are back. Alright, let's
Yeah, I need to refresh.
Let's refresh.
The refresh.
We are back. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you all for so much. If you guys aren't following us, shoot us a follow, because every follow helps. And if you want to support us on other platforms, we are on Spotify, which is on the link in the chat if you want to follow us there, to get a recap of everything that has been going on. for the last several months of IRL time. And we are also on YouTube as well. So if you would like to go support us on the YouTubes, please do. Because we are there as well. That is all. Lamus, you can take us back in.
All right. Oh, wait. We're supposed to be the next day.
I'm still loading.
All right.
Oh, here I am.
Yep, no worries. No worries. No worries. Okay. Yeah. Where do we start? We'll start with Mr. Z. It is nice and early in the morning. What are you doing? Where are you going?
Probably going to first, because, like I said, I think he probably did do his damnedest to get the most of the altar, or at least what he could lift, out of the house. So he's probably just going to go stick it in the woods somewhere. And then,
Okay. There's also a river right behind Goodwin's home.
oh no, then he'll
So if you
just
just want to throw it in the river.
yeah, let somebody else deal with it.
Yeet.
The cult, it brews a cult of like fish around it. Not even fish people, just fish.
The fish cult of death.
They like transform into piranhas. But
Okay.
after that, he's going to go to the Justicar and see who else was, involved in Goodwin's capture and things of that nature.
Okay. So you make your way to town hall, meet up with the Justicar, discuss who helped capture Mr. Goodwin. I could show these individuals to you if you so wish.
Like, introduce us or just point?
Yes,
in the direction?
introduce you.
That would be. That'd be good.
Yes, they are. At the Red Goat Tavern. Let's go.
All right.
It leads you across the town square area to this tavern. It leads you upstairs. After getting knowledge of which rooms you guys occupy from Bronzehelm. First takes you to the end of the hall. And before you is a door with flowers, a burnt out candle. Unfortunately, this was one of our esteemed captors. Unfortunately, he is no longer with us.
Unfortunate. Because I think he would have known of Drag, since everybody's from R&B. He was a He was a good crafter, a good smith. He will be missed. I'm sorry.
Give me a deception check.
Wait, so why?
Because of Drax's backstory.
That's
Understood.
You're a
Understood.
deceptive boy.
Leads you to Joe. Give me a die, and on even it'll be you. On odd it'll be Rin.
Okay. Boop boop. We'll just do a D20.
Okay.
17.
Horizon knocks on your door. It's Mr. Berwig.
Oh, good morning. One moment. And Horizon has been awake for a little bit, noticing that the hand thing is permanent. Totally cool with it. She just has been like wrapping some cloth strips, I guess she had. Maybe she
Around
tore
it?
up like an old shirt. Yeah.
Okay.
And she opens the door. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello. How are you doing this morning? I am Zav Dragonheart, and he sticks his hand out. Your handshake.
Shakes his hand. I'm Horizon. Never had the pleasure of a last name.
Neither have I until recently. And you hear this all in your head.
I'm now used to things in my head, so.
Are, but you aren't.
Yeah, this is a different voice.
I got mine, Stella's, and now this guy's. What's going on?
Okay.
Have I heard of this guy? I am from Menagerie.
Give me a society check.
Here are my skills.
Okay.
16?
Okay. You are aware of this man. This man's, though you have never seen him in person.
Oh, I finally get to put a face to the name I've heard of. Somehow. What's he look like?
I'm trying to find a way to describe it without, kind of giving away, but, he wears like kind of a face mask, but as far as his actual outfit, it's very like Western inspired. Like bolo tie versus, regular tie. He's wearing gloves. There's just not a lot of like exposed
Anything.
skin of sorts. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
You look a little fancy for Nordville.
I'm not usually sent around to places like Nordville. Usually more to the more aristocratic parts of Gracie and the surrounding lands.
Forgive me. Horizon was one of the individuals who had nabbed Mr. Goodwin.
Ah, yes.
Hey, stay out of it.
I commend you for helping to expose the corruption that seems to be infesting Menagerie.
Glad I could help my hometown. I take it we probably also need to get Hugo and Henry.
That would probably be for the best.
All right, well, let me just grab my platypus and we'll be on our way.
What?
Yay! Ah, a good
Oh,
reaction. What?
And I love this, by the way, I love this whole time. Rin has forgotten about the bear for like the last 3 or 4 episodes.
No, I left the bear on purpose because I didn't want the bear to get hurt. Also, he's just our friend. He's not really like a combat bear. He's a pet bear. Hi, Spot.
Fair.
Combat bears.
Hey, get out here.
Battle Bear.
Come here.
Yeah, he's our friend bear. He just hangs out at like the stable, I guess. There's probably a stable in town. I mean, if he wants to lay down
He's
here.
gonna take your blanket.
Oh yeah, he is gonna take the blanket.
It's just
Yes, he's
just
already.
not on like a horse's leg or something.
No, he's a good bear, and I'm sending him food.
Hey, a good bear is also a hungry bear. And
So,
the price of quarter horse might be quartered, but at least the bear's not hungry.
before we open the door to Hugo, going back a couple hours in the morning, we have Henry sitting in the room as you come to consciousness, Hugo.
No, I don't. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, you do.
I know. Let me be
You
here
only drank that
unconscious.
for so long.
No, yeah. Hugo's just gonna wake up, just, and he's just gonna like, sort of like when you, I don't know if you've ever been like shocked, like an electric fence, if you've ever grabbed onto one. Don't ask why I know this.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure we all have a little bit more brain cells than that, but go on.
How about standing on top of a ladder and then getting your finger on the end of a fluorescent tube as you're putting it in?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oof.
no, worst I've done is catch it to the air.
I've done that.
Like putting near an electric fence.
Yeah, but
I've avoided electrocution for the last 30, almost 31 years, so I'm
Hey,
gonna keep
you
that trend going.
You only got electrocuted once.
yeah, that's all you need to do to learn.
No, you got electrocuted. There is no more learning.
Yeah. But
Anyway,
but
anyway.
Hugo is just gonna shock back into his body, and just like he's just gonna tumble out of like wherever he was.
Good morning.
Who's there? His face is just gonna be on the ground.
He is going to step over, kind of kick you onto roll you onto your side, onto your back, using his foot.
Mm. You're not supposed to be here.
My sentiments exactly. But apparently, I have a purpose.
At least one of us does.
Give me a fortitude saving throw.
Gonna throw up?
I would just take a fail on that one, honestly.
So if that's the way you want to do it, you'll move one step down.
Okay.
So if you succeed, you fail. If you fail, you crit fail.
This is out for a couple hours.
Okay.
I'm okay at those.
That will be a success.
Which would probably just go down to a failure.
Yep.
Hugo's just gonna.
So,
I imagine Hugo is just gonna. He's gonna try to, like, stand up and then lean forward.
So basically, what you're going to do, because Henry is going to reach down and she'll tuck you.
Oh.
Wake up. And you take 8 damage.
Oh, God.
Hell yeah, Henry.
That is not a fun way to wake up.
That's my kind of homie. Henry is channeling Thiela right now, and I love it.
He's just gonna sit there and just go.
Yeah. Just so aftershock just yeah.
Hugo.
What do you want?
Your friend did not die, so you can kill yourself. Understood?
Whatever.
Get your shit together.
Sure.
It's going to go over to the bed. Take the sword and hand it to you. You got more fighting to do. and I'll be standing right by your side.
I doubt that. Hugo's just gonna take the sword. Just look at it.
So, looking at your sword, give me an Arcana check.
Oh. Oh.
You're asking the wrong man.
I guess I'll take the elevator.
You're asking the wrong man. Okay, 11.
Okay.
Arcana's not my strong suit.
I'm sorry for your loss, Hugo.
Sure.
Is Hugo just going to be an angsty teenage boy now? Because I don't know if I can deal with that.
I mean,
Just throwing that out there.
he's processing. I mean, it's
He's
only been
processing in a bitch ass way.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. You're not wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong, but it's compiling factors.
Sorry. I had to get that off my chest.
You're not. Don't lie to us. You're not sorry.
Love you, Joe.
I love you too, Rin.
Hugo. We're here for the people. Don't forget it.
That's what everyone seems to forget. I am not forgetting it. I see each of the people I had a hand in killing in a matter of weeks. I truly wish, more than anything, I could be like Horizon and act like nothing ever fucking happened. Like there isn't a weight or a burden on my shoulder. I could live carefree. I wish so much. But that is not what everyone else can understand. Everyone says, "Oh, Hugo, it's not your fault. Oh, Hugo, grow up. Oh, Hugo, you'll never amount to anything. Oh, Hugo, you're nothing. Oh, Hugo, you're so serious all the time. Oh, Hugo, why don't you go fucking read a book?" None of you fucking understand how much pain that I feel every time I'm seeing someone die because of my choices. I might as well have put the blade in their chest. But everyone else says, "Oh, it's not your fault. It was other people's." No, it was my fault. It is a responsibility I bear. I watched you fall. I watched one of the only two people I care about fucking die. The only two people that have given a fuck about me my whole entire life. I watched him die. I let him die. I told him, the last fucking thing I told him is, "You got this, right?" When I should have fucking known better than anyone else, I should have been by his side. And yet everyone sits there and says, "Oh, Hugo, it's not your fault. Oh, Hugo, you're overreacting. Oh, Hugo, you're nothing but a child." Yet, no one seems to fucking care. Or show they care. Everyone just says, "Oh, push the blame on someone else." That's not how it works. I wish I would have died in his place. He deserved so much more. Just like everyone says, "Hugo, you're so plain, you're so boring." No one would have missed me. But he had goals. But me, I'm a no one. I don't matter. Drac did. For you to stand there and say, "We have people to fight for"? These past 2 weeks have showed me I can't fight for anyone. And Hugo's just gonna toss the sword across the room.
Are you still sitting on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay.
He hasn't moved.
Okay. Henry is going to stand face to face with you because he's a little man's. Hugo, I was on the ground too. I could have just as easily been gone. I've been sent here to keep people alive. Everyone that's died before you in the last 2 weeks? Who else was there? Me. And it's my job to keep people alive. It's my whole purpose. So if you're gonna play the victim You can't play it any harder than me. Pull yourself together. Because if someone's going to carry this burden that I carry, you can carry it with me. He's going to grab your tabard. Put it in your lap. The next time you want to curl up and die, I'm here. You don't get the privilege. Remember that. And he's going to leave the room. Flash forward. There's a knock on your door, Hugo.
I'm going to roll a d20. Okay. What that roll was, if it was a 10 or above, Hugo would clean himself up. If it was a 10 or below, Hugo will... whoever's standing outside will hear a lot of almost like thumping, and you're pretty sure you hear him fall. And then you hear a loud smack against the wall, and then you just see Hugo open the door, and you just see deep bags under his eyes, and his hair is not made. It looks like someone essentially... It looks like he's been through a tornado. You see that he is not wearing the tabard. The room is still strewn, and you see the sword slammed against the wall. And you see that his shirt is not tucked in. He looks like shit. But you see him at the door this time.
Okay. Actually, Court wanted to give me a hero point. If Court gives me the hero point, you're re-rolling that d20.
Okay. If he does.
We'll give him a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you said that we can't make each other re-roll though. DM, are you breaking your own rule?
That's the DM saying you can stay disheveled.
Nah. I'll
But your
re-roll.
mood is going to shift a little bit.
All right. I will re-roll. Okay, well that was a 3 and a 7.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. Okay.
Accidentally clicked twice, but either way.
That's fine. Okay. You open the door to the Justicar, and this dapper young individual with a mask on.
So Zev, you just see a man that isn't all there. If you've had any, being from Marenbeed, you've heard of the Cyan Light. They work a lot in it within like the town, as well as them. You've probably met his father, and you've probably met his older brother, and they are very put together. You've probably never met him because he's not that of a high station, but you probably assume by the last name McGillicuddy that he's there is a lineage there. But what you see in front of you is not what you would expect.
I would say good morning, but I don't believe your morning's been good so far.
Observant.
The Justicar is going to look up to Zav. My apologies. He is usually a little bit better put together. The burdens of the last few days.
Understandable.
Shall we go downstairs? It looks like you should use you could use some coffee, Hugo.
I'll have to pass.
This gentleman is here to speak to us about Goodwin. So let's go downstairs and get you some coffee, please.
I'll be down.
Thank you.
Hugo's just gonna close the door.
Why? The Justicar is gonna put his foot in the way. Horizon.
Hugo is just gonna lean his forehead on the door, as
Get us
the
a table, you say?
Get us a table.
Would you like any food while I am down there?
I'll be down in a moment.
Okay. I'll go get us a table and a big jug of coffee, whatever they serve it in, and
A carafe.
a carafe.
The 4 carafes.
May I come in, Hugo?
Well, you're already forcing your way in. Hugo's just gonna lean off the door, and he's just gonna stumble and just lean against the edge of the bed with his back towards like the frame. What, are you gonna come and hit me too and tell me, oh, this is not your fault, and just, feed me a bunch of shit? If so, you're more than welcome to leave. Are you gonna tell me, oh, pull yourself together?
Quick question.
Yes, question.
Is Zav up there with you guys, or is he coming with me?
I would assume he would go with you.
Okay.
I will give you all some time. If you are needing me, calm down.
Hugo. I understand what you're going through. Look at me. For the past what, 5 days? It's past week. I've been a shell of myself. To find out that people have been trying to manipulate me. To see what I thought was gone forever. And to be faced with the ghost of my brother. And you told me to get my shit together. More or less. It would be disingenuous if I didn't do the same to you. Correct?
I suppose so.
But if that is not what you want, I won't waste the words. However, he is going to pull the badge out. Your job is not done. And he is going to pin it through your shirt and intentionally pierce your skin with the pin. All those guards that had fallen. And then you decide to quit. Your job is not done. And I intend to help you see it through. When you are ready, clean yourself up, join us downstairs. We will discuss Goodwin. And when we are done, we will discuss this dwarvish bastard. Understood?
Hugo just looking defeated. Aye, sir.
He will, from his jacket, take a letter out and set it on your lap. It is addressed to the Justicar from your father, and he leaves.
Hugo's just gonna see the letter and see his father's name and just like in abject horror, slight horror, and seeing his father's name, just stare at the letter for like 5 minutes. And just stare at it. Just
You gonna read it though?
he's thinking about it. He's just gonna stare at it for probably a good 15 minutes, and then he's just gonna turn it over, open it, and then read it.
Okay. So, reading through this letter, it is basically a letter to the Justicar, more or less saying that he is aware that Hugo is coming to town to take up a guard position, and he wants no special treatment for him because of his name. Very much a theme of lettering that you had received in person from your father.
Hugo just looks at it and he just tilts his head back and he it's just he's just you figured. You'll put the you'll set the letter down. Like he'll just reach over and just slap the letter down on the I'm assuming there's a nightstand, like a
There is a nightstand,
yeah, like a
yes.
nightstand table thing. And Hugo is just going to look over at the pile of stuff. And he's just gonna grab his he's gonna look at the badge on his chest, and he's gonna look at the Marin bead badge, and he's just going to stare at it and say, "Am I worth it?" Do I deserve this? And he's just gonna lean his head back on the bed.
You gonna make your way downstairs?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
He's just gonna sit there and he's just gonna think.
Okay. So we will shift down the stairs to the table. Henry is not joining you. He is off to do his own thing. So you have currently 2 empty seats between you, Horizon, the Justicar, and Zav.
How do you guys like your coffee?
I would rather not. I get the shakes.
Okay. I'm more of a tea person myself, but I just didn't know what to say up there. I'm worried about him.
You can worry. But he must persevere himself. I do apologize for your loss. I cannot help but feel a little bit of burden with that.
Oh, my
It's-
condolences as well.
Well, thank you. It's not easy, but it's not your fault either. It's something we'll have to take care of eventually when we're more prepared.
I would like to be there with you.
I appreciate that, and I'm sure Hugo will as well.
To business, though.
Indeed.
Kind of looking around the tavern. It's a little bit sparse at the moment.
Silver Sun's in his corner just vibing.
He is in his corner, just vibing. Yes, so our friend Zav here. And basically, long story short, exposition here. Zav will be basically elaborating on the fact that Miss Demito, who is like the state representative for this section of the country, is currently under house arrest and removed from her position as a council member.
Nice.
Basically, full-on investigation mode for her. And that is pretty much why Zav is here. And
Gaming
get
reaction content. Sorry, I just hear it in the background.
To get a stronger connection between Goodwin and Miss Demito. So, Mr. Goodwin will be on trial 2 days' time. We have a good amount of evidence against him.
Do you think he'll talk at all?
I'm sure he would talk for a little bit of leniency, potential amnesty. That would be something I would let the two of you discuss at your leisure. I personally would love to see the man hung.
I don't think that's something I can make a call on personally. But if there's any way I can help with your investigation, Zav, let me know. I could use the distraction.
We'll
Understandable.
cross that bridge when we get to it. Zev would probably like a little bit of assistance in investigating.
Indeed. And any possible, other possible information or observations you've had of Mr. Goodwin. If need be, we may talk privately. I currently am in ownership of his estate.
Nice. It was a pretty nice house, despite the weird shrine and secret hidden things.
The shrine has been disposed of. I haven't done a full sweep to see the extent of any other hidden compartments. It does have a nice book collection.
I didn't get a chance to look at the books when I was searching. I did find a hollowed out one with some notes, some letters.
Have those already been cataloged?
I believe they have. I handed those in, right?
They have been committed to evidence, yes.
Okay, good. I was like, I gave those up. I didn't keep them. I didn't need to keep them.
Well, after Miss McGillicuddy comes down, we may speak here or move on to more private accommodations.
Well, hopefully he'll be down soon.
I have faith, but
I do too. I'm worried. I've known him my whole life. He's a little rough right now.
Grief affects us all differently. It is understandable. But we shall see.
Horizon, with your ever useful service, would you consider joining the guard?
I would consider it. I don't know how entirely useful I would be. I know you're a bit short-handed right now.
It would be an interesting position for an oracle, but
Just gonna tilt my head at him because I don't believe I mentioned anything about that.
I missed that. I was clicking things. Say that again.
I made the comment is that a guard position would be interesting for an oracle. I kind of assume I would maybe get that from a little scan.
You would probably do a little bit of inquiry in one of your ways.
That is
Either
also true.
before you got here or in the moment.
I kind of thought I just got it as like a surface thing, doing the telepathy.
Yep. Something you could probably gather.
But
She's just gonna narrow her eyes a little bit and tilt her head at him.
Intimidating glare.
I mean,
his head very methodically is going to copy it. he just kind of.
Is this a glare off? Is this a glare off?
I think it might be.
He's just mildly curious as to why she is like giving him the look, so he's just now like.
I don't believe I mentioned anything about what I do, sir.
I have ways of finding information, either clerically or. And I just place my hand, like just like maybe like a finger on the back of her hand, and he's like, or through other means.
Which hand? Is it the bandaged one or the skin one?
Wait, which is your bandaged hand?
Right hand.
Okay, that would have been that. I think he's like sitting. That's how I'm imagining it. So that is also a question for the DM. Would me touching the affected hand, would that do anything?
Since you are touching that hand,
Because I don't speak Celestial, so I would just, if I'm hearing Stella, it's probably just going to be, oh.
You hear an angelic choir in your mind of sinister origin. Is my platypus also giving him the stink eye? Are we just all glaring at each other right now?
Just look.
I'm gonna say you notice the hand.
Or instead of saying, like, dude.
Ever so, you notice the look of the hand ever so slightly underneath the bandaging. Like, there's just enough unwrapped at one point that you can kind of notice that blackness to it.
Okay, so like put my hand on.
But like actually physically touching it, you don't like pick up anything innately magic about it. But like placing a hand, like you assumedly look down to see what you're doing very briefly, and you catch it.
Yeah, so instead of like, doing that or other means through the psychic connection, it's like, because, what happened here?
Nothing.
Deception.
Just flatly nothing. Where's my deception? Ooh.
Ooh.
25.
Yeah. He's straight laced.
Wait, am I rolling anything, or is it just like?
No, it's against you, so you don't roll any. It's not like a roll against. It's rolling against a set DC. So.
Were you injured last night or the night before?
No, it's
In
not.
your head. In your head.
Oh, in my
In
head.
your head. Stella. Say nothing. Silence is golden.
Just
So
gonna
rather than-
grin and not say anything. And wrap the hand a little bit better. A lot of bit better. A lot of bit better.
Now his head, like, his head had, like, gone back, but now he's just like, just very calmly just shrugs and, well, to continue on, like I said, I'm aware of the people of the town, so I would not come to Nordville or any place unprepared.
Makes sense. To answer your question, Justikar, I will help out with the guard.
Thank you. So, kind of looking upstairs, looking up and to the stairway. I guess we go to Mr. Goodwin's home. Do a little bit of digging, perhaps.
Would you like me to go see if Hugo's ready to come with us?
Please do. I'm an outlier. I do not think he'd be as willing to communicate with me versus you. So,
What did you
but
say?
we will see. Do what?
I'm sorry, I didn't really hear you.
It was a little bit
Oh,
quiet.
sorry.
A little bit quiet.
Sorry. I was just saying that I'm an outlier, and you know, he may not be as willing to communicate with me. Wait, do I need to move my mic?
I can hear you now.
Good now.
Yeah.
I think you were just leaned in a little bit enough to
Yeah.
get it off.
So hopefully you can rouse him, and we'll continue this conversation at Mr. Goodwin's home.
Perhaps we should just let him do his thing. I'll leave a note for him with Miss Bronzehelm.
I will bring him up a cup of coffee before we leave, but I will also let him do his thing. So I'm going to go knock on the door.
Okay, then we will meet you at Goodwin's then.
I'll be there
The
soon.
home formerly known as Goodwin's.
Sounds good. Win. Just kidding.
So you go up,
Yep.
you knock on the door.
The door's unlocked. He hasn't locked it.
It's me, Hugo. Can I come in? It's just me. I'm gonna come in.
Yeah. You just hear a grunt. And you just see Hugo leaning. His head is on the bed and his back is there. His eyes are closed.
So you're on the floor?
Yeah, I'm sitting. He's leaning up against the bed.
I'm gonna sit on the bed, not on the bed, on the floor next to him on the floor. I'm gonna put the coffee down. I'm gonna be like, I brought you some coffee. You might have a headache. It might help.
Probably. And
And
you
she's
do
gonna.
notice he didn't hide it, but you do see the letter on the nightstand.
Okay.
And
Can
it
I
is-
clearly see that it's from your dad?
Yeah, it's the letter is writing side up. So
Okay.
depending on no matter which way you walked in, you would have seen it. You're a perceptive person by nature.
Yeah.
So
And I
it's-
know your dad's handwriting. So I'm just gonna be like, ugh. My adopted father, ugh. I adopted the family, not the other way around. Just gonna put my hand on your shoulder.
He doesn't move. His eyes are just closed.
Do you want a hug? You know I give good hugs.
I would rather not.
I'm gonna hug you anyway. the way I do. I do be doing.
He doesn't move.
When you're ready to talk, I'm here for you. I know it's hard. It sucks. But you got me still. I know I'm not Drek, but
You know that's not the problem.
you feel responsible.
I'm leaving a pile of dead bodies in my wake. Who's to say you're not next and Henry is not next? It could have been Drac and Henry. What about you? It could have been all three of you.
I know you feel responsible, but we know what we were getting into. It could be any one of us next time. But we still do it. We still go out and it's a choice. We chose to do it. Both of us did. Me and Drek. We could have stayed behind.
I don't think you guys did choose anything. You all just followed my poor decision.
We weren't going to let you go by yourself.
And that is even worse. That's what people don't understand. You all did not make a choice. You all followed my poor decision. There was not a time that you were given anything to vocalize. That is what people are keep on telling me, that it is not my fault, it is my fault. People say that there is a choice. There was no choice. I forced you, all three of you, to join me. I did not once ask, what do you all think we should do?
We all acted in the moment. And maybe it wasn't the right decision. But it is a decision we all made. We didn't have to say anything. And that's okay. It's not going to make it any easier or any better. But it was a choice that was made by all of us. And when you're ready to get back up and come out with us, we'll be here for you. But we're not going to force you to do anything until you're ready. And she's going to give you another quick little hug. I'm going to go to Goodwin's to go over what we found there and any new things we might be able to find with Zav and the Justicar. They've already headed that way. If you'd like to meet us there, you can. Oh, and I'm a town guard now, I guess.
He's gonna actually, you're gonna see him open his eyes for the first time in the whole conversation, just furrow his brow.
I said that too. I thought you'd at least react a little bit to that.
Yeah, I just want you to know that you two are the only family I have.
I know. And obviously, the sentiment is shared with the whole no family I ever had outside of you guys. Please at least giggle. Let me poke fun at my misery. I never had a family. You're my family.
He just kind of like looks, you see him look over at the letter. That was probably one of the only times he called me by name. Don't even think he used my name, just my last name. And at this point, you remember either you forgot it or you just it didn't really faze you. I'm not going to tell you how your character feels, but the entire time you've known him throughout your whole entire life, never once has his family, other than his youngest sister and his mother, ever called him by his first name. It was either boy or him. They've used you by name. And then you remember all the times that you would come over, they would set up a table, a place for you, and then afterthought, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, and him."
He's a dick, huh?
Oh, that'd be too kind.
You're better than they give you credit for. She just grunts back at him. Stand up and give me a real hug, you nerd. And drink your coffee. It'll help your head. It helped mine. I was a little hungover this morning.
I just need time.
I know. But let me hug you.
He sits there, closes his eyes, and you can tell that he's just, you being like, his little sister, like another little sister to him. He's trying. It's that whole like, stop it. I'm trying to brood. But you can tell that you are your family.
Yeah.
And
I'm getting through.
Yeah. And he'll slowly stand up and he'll give you a hug.
Yay.
And I guess we'll end there with a little breakthrough moment.
Yeah.
Your stubborn ass avoided Horizon that whole time on purpose.
Yeah. Well, also it was because, he was unconscious. So it was, it wasn't necessarily like, it was it was mainly avoiding all the problems. But hi y'all. This was a heavier episode, so thank you all for hanging out. I play Hugo. My name is Joe Dirt. Thank you guys so much. I guess my favorite part of the episode is I guess sharing more backstory for Hugo. Because he is very plain, but just because he's so plain doesn't mean he doesn't have a backstory and he doesn't have trauma. He is he has plenty of trauma and he doesn't cope with it well. It's called working and being a workaholic to avoid his own trauma. So welcome all to that. And that was my favorite part is giving however Horizon takes it, being seen as a more of a family member than Hugo. However she takes that is up to her, her discretion. But yeah,
More of a family member than who?
than Hugo with his own family.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like I
I
said,
get what you're saying now. My brain didn't process correctly.
Yeah, no problem.
I was like, what?
So it's just like, yeah, that was my favorite part because I get to open that curtain a little bit, and you get to see some of the family ties, and his deep love for his best friends. Drac, I miss you. But you guys can find me all at the One Last Hydrate, y'all.
Pour one out for the
Pour one out for the homie. I'm not gonna pour that on my keyboard, but but yeah, you can find me at Joe Dirt and all the places and the things. You can find me on YouTube, and you can also find us on Spotify. So please go follow us on Spotify if you guys are the mobile type. Please go listen to us over there, and help support us in all the places and the things. Also, be sure to follow all of the cast if you have not, because we're fun, and as much shit as we give each other, we all love each other.
Bitch ass reactions.
Yeah. But yeah, Chicken, do the thing.
I'm Chicken_Atomic. You can find me most places under that name. I play Zav the Psychic, and that's all I'm going to say until, later on. I'd say my favorite part was just like the weirding each other out moment. Chat with Horizon.
That was pretty great.
Speaking of Horizon, bring me to the horizon, Rin.
I am at the allegory _ most places. My favorite part was actually something Lambus did at the very end. So I was like, give me a hug. And Lambus also threw his hands up and he went, uppies. But he didn't say it out loud. He just went, and I knew exactly what he was saying. And it took a lot for me not to lose my mind. Because I just heard Stella's voice in my head going, uppies, uppies.
And speaking of uppies, Lamis,
Lamis,
give us
uppies.
give us uppies,
Yeah,
Dungeon
okay.
Father.
So, I don't want no kids. Okay.
Too
Bad,
late.
you have 3.
Yeah.
Continue.
Fucking children. Thelamis 861. If you find me, you find me. So this is kind of like twofold. One was kind of like getting Henry to be like what the fuck, you son of a bitch, how dare you. And then the second one was actually off camera. So I didn't know what Shiggin was bringing to the table until last night.
Ooh. I still barely know.
And it's me kind of like going like, oh yeah, once again, Shiggin playing something I'm not 100% fully aware of.
I know more than I should, and I don't know much.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. Guess I gotta read some more rules again.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Well, thank y'all for coming out and hanging out with us. Bear in mind, the next week is going to be a little different, so bear with us. A reminder to everybody that follows us, I do have a new job, which is going to take me away from this desk. Yeah, so
But also, yay.
Yeah, boo and yay. It's a combination of the two. So if you guys want to know more about it, I will be planning on dropping a unedited video at some point this week on YouTube in order to show off my new job once I settle in.
Office.
Yeah, my new office essentially, just so that way there isn't a culture shock too much. So be sure to follow on YouTube, and I will be dropping the video at some point this week because it's important for me and for us to understand, what I'm doing, since I'm the one that's streaming this. However, that does not mean the streams will change. We have to give huge ups to Kat. She is going to be helming the stream, and there's going to be a couple added steps in the process of doing the things that we do. However, they will still be at Sunday at the same time. It's gonna take us a little bit to adjust, so bear with us through this rocky time of transitioning from our normal schedule. But yeah, everything hopefully will be the same. Aside from my background, that's the hope. However, my quality in microphone and sound quality will be worse, but it is something that we will have to bear through together, and then we will go from there. However, let's see, do we have anyone we can send our homies to?
And Jenny asking daylight savings time.
Yeah, I don't know. Time never changes in Arizona. That's not a thing out here.
One moment. I'm looking it up. November 5th is when we fall back an hour.
And with my new job, I don't think we have anyone to raid. But with my new job, I will be switching time zones. But yeah, everybody, we will see you all next Sunday. it's gonna be different. So please bear with
Console
us.
Kev is live.
Okay.
We can give him love. He's been going through it.
Pull your shit together, man. Okay.
We will raid into Console Kev. Everybody, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Thank you guys so much for being the best community ever. But we will see you all next Sunday. Bye.